Shalom once again, brothers and sisters in Christ. In this third episode of the Business in the Image of God series, I would like to talk to you about God is just. So let's take a look at the Bible passage. That is Isaiah chapter 61 verses 8 to 9. Verse 8, the Bible tells us, "For I, the Lord, love justice. I hate robbery and wrongdoing. In my faithfulness, I will reward my people and make an everlasting covenant with them." In verse 9, "Their descendants will be known among the nations, and their offsprings among the peoples. All who see them will acknowledge that they are a people the Lord has blessed." So, we talk about God is just, or the justice of God. Let's talk about fairness. Many times we thought that fairness is being equal, but we all know that our hands have got fingers, 10 fingers of different lengths. So how can fairness be equal? Let me tell you a story. There are two beggars on the street. For example, one day you see the beggar on the left and he was begging for money. And we all know these two beggars, they need 15 ringgit a day to survive, for example, to buy food. So beggar A that you have encountered, he has 10 ringgit on hand. So what you do is actually you help him by giving him 15 ringgit. But how about beggar B? Beggar B has only 5 ringgit on hand, but he needs 15 ringgit to survive. So what do? Because of your compassionate heart, you actually give beggar B 10 ringgit. So these two beggars actually they have 15 ringgit to survive for the day. What does it mean? Is it being equal? Is it being fair? Yes, you are being fair to them, but you are not giving them the equal amount. So this is called justice. Our God is a just God. So when we say that God is just, we mean that He is perfectly righteous in His treatment of His creatures. God shows no partiality. He commands against the mistreatment of others, and He perfectly executes vengeance against the oppressors. There are so much social injustice in the world. You can see in the recent cases of the racism in the United States of America, which have erupted a nationwide protest by many. We also see that the guilty is being set free. Small offender being penalized more than the big offenders. In Psalm 106 verse 3, it says that blessed are those who act justly, who always do what is right. So first of all, I would like to share with you the 5 different areas that how we can reflect God's image that in our business, that is God is just. So first is integrity. Now, whatever we do in the marketplace, in the workplace, our actions speaks louder. So we should do what we say. We should say what we mean. So it is important, the Chinese saying that whatever you promise, people actually do business with you because of your promises, because of your integrity. In the area of finances, that we need to set one set of a clean account, a correct, authentic account. We cannot prepare different sets of account in our business or for our companies. Sometimes we will say that I'll prepare 3 sets of account. They are so proud. One is real account to reflect the profitability or the performance of the company, or maybe they prepare another set for audit and income tax, or maybe they hide another set, or they prepare another one just to show their partners or to staff that they are actually not making money. So that is very important, how we reflect that justice. We also need to know that we need to eliminate all fraud and dishonesty in our workplace, right? You do not want to cheat. You want to be honest with everyone. You do not lie about or you cheat your employer. That's very important. Second, I would like to talk about fair dealings in our business. In contracts that we negotiate, we always want to negotiate a win-win situation. We want to make sure there is no win-lose situation, because if there's a win-lose situation, you know that the losing party will be not at the upper hand. Actually, they are actually losing hand. So when it comes to resolving conflicts in any business situation, you do not oppress the weak. Do not use dirty tactics, right? Or use illegal or unethical ways to basically to resolve a conflict. Likewise, in the dealing with the fair dealing, we also talk about fair trade policies. We need to respect the rules of the industry. Different industry has got different rules. Follow the usual supply chain. You do not bypass, right? You pay fair price. Particularly, for example, you pay fair price to the farmers. You do not oppress them, and they get the lowest price for the hard labels. In the third area, when we talk about reflecting the justice of God, is about procurements. When we do procurements, when you are the purchaser, do not expect kickbacks. Do not expect that when you give an order to your supplier, then they will actually pay you for free holidays, or they give you some buy you some nice electronic gadgets or products. Because someone has ever told me that they want to be purchasers because there's so many benefits. They can actually command, they can even demand. So when you do procurements, make sure that it is a fair trading terms. Do not squeeze the supplier until they cannot breathe, they cannot survive. They have to kowtow to you. They have to depend on you so much. You also need to uphold prompt payment to your suppliers. Pay your suppliers on time, goodness sake, because they have supplied you with goods and services. Do not oppress them. I've actually encountered or heard of a prominent fashion supplier who literally begged and cried for to collect their payments from a prominent departmental store. This is really very, very bad. On the fourth area, we talk about the sales area. So when you are selling to a purchaser, make sure that you do not bribe the purchaser. Make sure that when you supply goods and services, you do not shortchange your clients, your customer. Make sure that you deliver the products and services that what have been promised. Don't sell substandard products or services that may harm even your customers. That what you put on the label, what you claim on the label, it is not true. And then you put some ingredient or harmful ingredient in the products. That is not reflecting the justice of God in our business. Last but not least, the fifth area, that is the human resources area. This is the most complicated and complex area. You must give equal opportunity to everyone in all areas of the marketplace. There should not be any racism or any favoritism. So when you engage any employees or you hire anyone, it is based on merit. It is not by pulling string, you know someone, big cable in the top management, and it's also not based on any particular race. We as an employee or employer working in the workplace, we need to be sensitive to local customs. We have different people, different ethnic group, different race, different religions who are working together. We need to have mutual respect. We need to show respect. For example, the Muslim friends, when they are having the fasting month, do not eat in front of them. We need to show respect. We also need to give fair reward to performing employees. And of course, you would like to penalize those people who don't really perform. And as employer, it is very common that I've heard many cases that they tend to cut the salesman commission when they have actually attained or they have actually achieved the sales goal. Some employer may say that, wow, your commission is so much, you should not deserve it, let's cut. Maybe because the commission is more than the boss's own salary. Please do not delay staff salary or any claims. Right? I've come across employers who intentionally or purposely delay the salary and pay them only on the 7th of each month, even though the labor law allows that. We need to know that the salary, the wages that's been earned by the employees, they need to bring home for the commitments. They need to pay rental, they need to feed their kids, they need to pay tuition fees, they need to pay school fees or bus fees, etc. So it is important for them to get the salary early and to meet their commitments. Brothers and sisters, in the very challenging environment, we know that many companies are scaling down. Some of them even closed down. This pandemic doesn't spare the big companies or multinational or even public listed companies. So even though when you are scaling down, restructuring, rationalizations of the organization, whatever the name you call it, when you retrench or lay off employees, please pay fair compensation. Pay compensation that is due to them based on their number of years of service in the company according to the labor law. You need to consider the such situation, especially the family members if they are the breadwinner. So God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love that you have shown Him as you have helped His people and continue to help them in the marketplace. So brothers and sisters, let's go out to reflect the image of God in the workplace, whether you are a boss or you are employees, because whatever we do, it is for God's glory. Let's be the salt and light in the workplace and reflect His image. May God bless you.